Hey everybody, it's Lear from Lear Gaming, and today I have a tips and tricks video for you for Outriders. Now in this video, I'm going to teach you how to get best in slot epic, so purple quality gear that's perfect for your build that you're trying to put together without potentially ever entering combat. Now I want to throw out a very big caveat at the beginning of this video. This is without using any cheats, without using any exploits or bugs. So if you want to have a natural playthrough where you're not cheating, you're not exploiting, this is something you can do safely without worrying that you're quote unquote cheating. Now, if you want to cheat or exploit or get you shortcuts, all the power to you. I'm not going to be covering that here. I don't promote cheats or hacks. But again, I don't judge you if you choose to play that way. But if you're looking for a natural way to do this, this is, in my opinion, the best way to get this gear. Now, I'm going to leave some quick timestamps below. So if you want to get right to the actual tactic, you can skip ahead. For those that are new and just learning, I'm also going to explain exactly how this process works and your end goal and how to get there. So there's going to be a little bit of a tutorial at the beginning, and then we're going to get right into that tactic at the end. So do check those timestamps to help you out. With that being said, let's jump right into things. So the first thing I want to explain, I'm going to look at the inventory of this Devastator, okay? So on my Devastator, this is a very normal setup. You're gonna oftentimes when you look at any build, and for example, you can go on this channel and go under my builds, Outriders builds playlist. You're gonna find a variety of builds. More often than not, they're gonna have either be built around a 3-set bonus, in which case, more often than not, it's gonna be helmet, chest, and legs. Sometimes it's a slightly different setup. And you're gonna always have at least 2 pieces of loot that are gonna be epic. There are other builds where all 5 pieces may be epic, so 4 pieces may be epic. And so the more epic pieces you need to get, the more useful this tactic is going to be. Now, the goal of getting a best in slot epic piece of loot is you basically want a combination of having your 3 optimal stats. By this, in this case, look, I'm looking for anomaly power, skill life leech, and cooldown reduction. And then you need to have both mods be part of your build. So, how do you get to that? Well, the way we're going to be doing this, we're going to be upgrading loot from either a green or a blue state to a purple state. Okay, and so I'm going to right now use an example of pieces, a piece of green and a piece of blue to explain what we're going to do next. But again, you're going to be starting with those 2. There is a chance you could find this purple loot that is optimal, but the chances of you getting that is very, very low, because chances are you're either not going to have the optimal stats or you're not going to have at least 1 of the 2 mods be optimal. So the way I'm going to show you right now is going to be the most efficient. So let's take a look at the upgrade interface. So I already have 2 pieces of loot, and I'll explain how to best get them later on in the video. But for a particular build, for example, I have these boots. Notice they're epic, and notice I have 1 mod, Extra Quake, that is built in. This one is not modifiable. This was rolled with that. And then I have Captain Hunter, and you'll notice in the bottom right hand corner is the little wrench there. This means this was modified. I can change Captain Hunter to be whatever I want, but you cannot change both of these mods. So this means these boots, we needed to make sure they had Earthquake, Extra Quake mod on there. Now, how do these upgrades work? Well, if you want to get a tier 1 upgrade, you have to upgrade a green. Notice a green has no mod slots. The first time you improve rarity right here at the crafter, it's going to guarantee you, I'm going to do this right now, 3 options. And they're always going to be tier 1. Always. So you look at these and you have a 3 in 20 some chance to get this right, which is actually not a bad chance of getting the one you want. So you roll this, and if you get this right, you're good. You can select it. Let's say I was looking for the strongest first. Select it. There you go. Now, in theory, if this is what you were looking for, this piece of loot is perfect. Now, again, pretend that anomaly power, long range damage, and skill life leech was what you were looking for. You are actually set. But let's say that this wasn't quite what you're looking for, but you have your list of mods, right? And you say you want Bloodlust, let's say, as your secondary mod. Well, you have a second chance of this green. You can improve it again to purple. And you have 3 more options, and you look at these and say, oh, you know, I didn't get Bloodlust, but for my build, I do need Rejuvenation. Well, there you go. And now here's the beautiful thing. Let's say theoretically these stats were good. You don't need the strongest first, but you did need rejuvenation. Now I can mod gear, and let's say you were looking for your tier 1 mod was, I'm just going to make it up, was that you're looking sharpened spike. You can modify that. There's your modified sharpened spike, and now we modify that, and you have a best in slot piece of gear. Okay, now if you're looking for just tier 2 mods, meaning to get any one of these, the only difference is that you don't need to get greens. You're going to get only blues, and again, you're going to use that same exact process. Now, the real trick is how to effectively get this. You're not going to want to be running expeditions countlessly and just hope you get the right blues. You're going to do something completely different. So it has to do dealing with vendors in a very specific manner, and the way I'm going to show you is the most time efficient. So the area we're going to start in is right here. This is the very first area of the game. This is the right past the tutorial, and this is where you kind of spawn in, or if you were to teleport in, you're gonna come over here, and there is one very particular vendor, and what he's known for, this guy here, Gregor Ram, is he sells, and of course I'm kind of blocking this partially with my picture, sorry about that, but these are all green items, and there's going to be normally on average 2 items of every type, so 2 boots, 2 gloves, 2 legs, etc. And what's key here is every 30 minutes it's going to recycle. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a process of running over here, and you're going to check this. You're going to check the stats. So for example, this is a very common for some build setup, getting anomaly power cooldown reduction and status power. So okay, if that's what you're looking for, you buy it up. If it's not available what you want here, you move on. Now this is your blue guy. You don't check any other vendor here, because again, we're using this for armor. And then the second thing you're going to do is you're going to run over here. You're going to go to the travel vendor. And we are going to go to one more area. And in particular, we're going to Trenchtown. As soon as you port into Trenchtown, it's going to be very, very simple how you're going to do this cycle. You're going to spin around, and here's the other vendor. Now this vendor, what I like about him is it's really, really easy to get tier 2s, because look at this. This is perfect. He actually gives you, and again, I'm sorry the top row is blocked by my camera, but for tier 2, you can't beat this vendor. He gives you exactly 3, generally, well, normally, yeah, they may be in different spots, but 3 of each type. So 3 boots, 3 helmets, normally 3 chest pieces, 3 legs, and so forth, of blues. So you have all these chances, you look over them, and if they are one, all you care about is the stats. Remember, we don't care about the mods. Now you could technically get lucky. So, I mean, I don't say, you may say, oh wow, I need anomaly power, cooldown reduction, and skill life leech, and I happen to need Earth's Legacy. But that's a little wishful thinking. Do keep an eye on it, but what you're mainly looking for are those stats. And if you get the stats, you buy it out immediately. Now remember, you're on a 30-minute timer for the main loot. We don't care about this elite offers or anything like that. These are also nice and cheap. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna check that. But we're not done yet. What I recommend doing is have like a watch and set a timer to whatever it is on that cooldown. And what you're going to do now is you're going to go to return to your lobby, and swap characters. Now, if you have just one character, you're a little bit limited, but as you play this more and more, you're going to get more characters. I have 6 characters. So what you can do is within that same timer, change to a different character. It does not matter the class, because remember, you're going to be rolling the mods. So within a 30-minute period, you can basically log into a different character, right? Like I'll log on to Toasty, and you're going to immediately go to those same 2 areas and check those same 2 vendors. That's going to give you if you have up to 6 characters, it's giving you a lot of opportunities to roll those elements. And then after the timer goes off, the 30-minute timer goes off, they all reset. So in theory, you could just run around across your characters, log in on all of them, check all the areas, and without fail, I've gotten multiples of the appropriate gear types per 30 minutes. Now, some people may say, oh, is this efficient? And the answer is really yes. If you're running random expeditions, the chances of you getting blues that are appropriate You're not going to get greens if you're doing high level expeditions, but the chance of you getting an epic or a blue are very, very low. Doing this, I know, may not be as exciting. Normally what I do when I'm farming like this is I'll have Netflix on, or I'm working on schoolwork or something, and I'll be working on the side of my timer. If I do all my runs and if I have like 8 minutes left, I'll do something else, and then you recycle it. Okay, now you may say, well, okay, but isn't this expensive? Well, not really. Blues and greens don't cost that much, and really, if you already have one max level character, you can do one of two things. You can either buy up some epics and send them in your shared stash for those characters that you want to sell them to sell through, or if you have friends, you can literally just have your friends run your character through like a CT 13, 14, or 15. You're going to get a tremendous amount of the drop pod resources, and then you can just sell them. So if you don't have any friends, that's fine that play this game. You can come onto my stream, which is on Twitch at twitch.tv/Leroy Gaming Stream. And quite literally, sign up for one of my carries and mention that you saw this video and you need some help just getting some materials to sell. And if you mention that in chat, I'll know you watched my video and I'll give you a priority carry. So let's say I'm maxed out, but let's say you didn't have any resources, or I'm almost maxed out here, but all you gotta do is go here and notice how many, I normally maxed out almost at 1 million of these drop pods. You're gonna get 75,000 of these if you get one run, and you can sell these. And let me just kind of show you. I'm just gonna sell 1,000 of these, which is not much at all. And by selling 1,000, just 1,000, you're getting almost, what is that? 78,000. So even for 1,000, you're gonna be able to buy multiple pieces of loot. So if you get one run that's worth 78,000, you're basically gonna have an almost infinite amount on any one of your characters for doing this process. And again, all you're gonna do is you're gonna run around, gather them on the characters, whatever is appropriate for that build you're farming for, stick it in your shared stash, then go on that character, and all at once go and do that process. Upgrade any greens to blues, and hopefully if you're looking for tier 1 effects, you can get those. If you're not looking for tier 1 mods and you're only looking for tier 2 mods, then don't worry, just upgrade it twice and hopefully you'll get that. Will it take some time? Yes. Will it be infinitely faster than farming, doing CTs? Yes, it will as well. So again, this is completely legit. It's completely legal. You're not cheating. You're not breaking any rules. So it is the absolute best way without ever fighting of getting best in slot loot. And you can repeat this process for any build you have. And again, if you don't have help to get those initial resources, doesn't matter what level your character is, just come on our stream and at twitch.tv/Leroy Gaming Stream, and I will personally help you out. And again, the more characters you have, the easier this is. If you're only doing it with one character, obviously you can only trick twice every 30 minutes. That's a bit of a bummer. But if you have more than one character, it's just getting really, really easy. Normally for me, if I go through all 6 characters, I'll have multiple loots that I already have. So hope that helps you out, guys. If you like this, do let me know in the comments. If you have any other questions, do let me know. If you love Outriders like I do, make sure to check out and join our Discord. The information is on the description below. And of course, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you want to be notified on my latest build and tips and tricks videos. And I will see you guys in the next video.